Welcome to All in Sports, where Adam is a very upset Patriots fan, but we'll get to that later. But probably the biggest thing out of all this news is Le'Veon Bell is getting trade offers now.
Which I'm not surprised by.
Well, are you surprised by the team that is the kind of front runner right now, which is the Jets?
Jets, I would say a little bit surprised because I wouldn't say he's in their future plans. He might be, but
having to face that if they make the trade and the Patriots have to play him twice a year now. Are you
still not worried about it? No.
I mean, based on how the Patriots are playing, I'd be a little frightened.
Oh my god!
You're 1-2. That's like the first time in like 20 years.
Do you remember what a record was through 4 weeks last year?
It was 2-2.
And what happened last year?
I mean, you didn't.
No, where we end up? Was that the Super Bowl?
But okay,
I think it was.
We're gonna talk about a lot.
I
got a lot to say about the Giants.
Okay, so Le'Veon Bell, I think he's gotta get traded. One because James.
Like, what would it take to get him?
I'd say either a first or 2 second rounders, something like that. I don't think there's any player that can come back for him. There's no player that's compatible in ability wise. Kind of like the Gronk situation, which we'll get into that later. But there's no player in the league that's the same value that you're gonna get back in the Le'Veon Bell trade.
I mean, if the Jets were to make the trade, maybe they throw in a corner because the Steelers are struggling at cornerback right now.
Yeah.
Throw in Tremaine Johnson and a couple picks.
But the Jets aren't a team where running back is a huge thing right now.
I mean, they have like 7 running backs on a roster that were like starters last season.
You want to talk about the first 3 weeks of the season? Isaiah Crowell's doing pretty well right now, so.
I mean, they have him, they have Bilal Powell, which is like their 1-2 running back tandem. I feel like they have like 3 other guys that are quality people behind them. Like, they have like B-rated running backs, like B to B minus scaled running backs. That
okay, Madden, chill.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Sorry, I play a lot of Madden.
Yeah, that's why I don't think that the Jets are going to give up a boatload to get him. I say a second and a fourth maybe or something like that, or a second and a third. I wouldn't give it a first-round pick.
What team would he be a good fit for? Like, what team needs a running? What if he were to go to a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that are just?
I'd say wait a little while on that one. But like a team like Denver or something like that. Denver or I mean, you could say the Patriots, but they would never trade him to the Patriots because that's kind of a rivalry. Who else?
I don't even.
Green Bay.
Like a lot of. They rock. I think they want to see where Aaron Jones goes as their running back because he did decent last year.
Yeah, but it's totally different level.
I mean, nobody compares to Le'Veon Bell play wise.
Minnesota.
They have Dalvin Cook and Latavius.
Oh, that's right, Dalvin Cook. You're right.
He's there. I don't really see any fits for him. Maybe Washington.
Denver's a pretty good fit. No, they got AP. He's doing pretty good. I don't think they're gonna trade anything big to get a guy who could do basically the same thing he's doing because he's doing really well right now.
Maybe the Texans because Lamar Miller can't really do anything this season.
I mean, they're already looking pretty bad. I don't see them trading draft picks when their season's not looking too bad right now.
They're one of the 2 teams without a win right now besides the Steelers.
Well, then if I'm them, I wouldn't give up a first or a second pick for a round pick to get him. I'd give up a bundle of 3rd, 4th, 5th picks.
Yeah, but whatever.
One thing that nobody's talking about right now is the Patriots do have a lot of picks.
You guys are going to make some trades at the offseason. I think you guys are trading at the offseason. I don't think you guys are trading in midseason.
They do have the Brandon Cooks pick.
No, wasn't that was a first-round pick from... That's how you got your offensive lineman. That's how you had
Isaiah Wynn?
Yeah, you had Isaiah Wynn and Sonny Michel. That's how you have 2 first-round picks.
Really?
You had to trade him for a first and a third for that year.
Oh, all right.
So, don't think it's too high up there.
I mean, we do have like we do have all our picks besides that 5th-round pick for this year, though. We still have a lot of like ammo to make a good trade.
I mean,
And
when you guys made that Josh Gordon trade, it was for one reason and one reason only. It was for when you guys maybe play Jacksonville in the playoffs.
well,
Because
I
you
think
guys
it's
don't
all
have like a speed demon guy to go with.
well. I think one thing also it's to spread out the football field because we haven't had a really solid deep threat. If you want to call Brandon Cooks a deep threat, but I mean like a classic Randy Moss, Jerry Rice deep threat since Randy Moss was here. And that was only for a year and a half. So I think if Josh Gordon can run some like post routes or something like that, I think they can open the field for Gronk and Edelman on the. If you want to do like a I don't know whatever Gronk does normally because if you watch the last game,
He ran like the
he was
same route a lot.
yeah, but he was triple teamed every single time because nobody gives a crap about Chris Hogan or Philip Dorsett or Cordero Patterson, who wasn't even a wide receiver on the Raiders, but is the second best wide receiver on the depth chart in the Patriots right now. That's how bad it's going.
I mean, you wouldn't put
So.
Dorsett over him?
I mean, he did drop 4 passes yesterday.
That was probably one of the worst games I've seen from the Patriots in years against the Lions. And
Uh,
it's only fitting.
no, I see. I think the Chiefs blowout game was pretty bad.
I said one of the,
I think
but
Chiefs are still the worst I've ever watched.
like at least you guys had some offense backing. This game you had no offense.
Yeah, it was
Brady
bad.
was held to under 150 yards.
Yep.
Another person on the trade block, switching gears to basketball, Jimmy Butler. Where could he go? Nobody knows. Is
Okay,
it
so I
Boston
just
next
got some new
season?
insight on this, which could not right on Jimmy Butler, but something that could influence where he goes. Did you just see what Kyrie Irving just said?
No.
Okay, I'll read you what he just said. It was media day today in Boston.
Well, yeah, it was media day like
Um,
every.
yeah. So this is what he said. Oh, where is it? All right, here we go. Quote, right from Kyrie on Media Day. I believe Boston is the place for me.
Okay.
You cannot tell me that has some significance.
Do you think he was just saying that though?
No, did he say that in Cleveland?
See, but my thing is, this is how I see it. You
Do
know
you
who
really
else
think
said?
Kyrie is going to say
Listen,
that? He does not give a
listen,
shit about what
listen,
anybody
listen.
says.
I just want to take you back through history. You know who else said like similar stuff about this, about the Boston and how he wants to be here? Isaiah Thomas. You know what happened to Isaiah Thomas? He got
You,
traded.
you okay? Oh my God! You're comparing a guy who can leave Boston next year to a guy who won a max contract for having one
See,
good season.
this is what I see. Potentially, Kyrie getting traded this season.
No, I don't see that happening.
Because there are things about him going to wanting to play for New York or
I
Brooklyn.
understand that, but if we win a ring this year, is he leaving?
I don't see you guys winning a ring this year, so then I'd
All right,
say
if we
yes,
get to
he's
the
leaving.
finals, is he leaving?
I don't know. I
I
honestly
just
don't
don't see
know.
it happening. And if he does, he needs a psych evaluation because I don't know what is wrong with this guy if he keeps leaving winning situations. Like it's still his team as of right now. In 2-3 years, when it's Tatum's team, I can see. All right, yeah, you're gonna take a back seat or you want to go somewhere else. Because one, Tatum's gonna be a next Paul Pierce in Boston. You all know that, right? Number two, um, Kyrie's gonna be older and he's not gonna be as good with his knees. Both knees are shot, right? So he's not gonna be as good. He's not gonna be as good in 2 to 3 years, especially with his prime not gonna be where it is now. So he's not gonna be a number one guy in an offense. Like I, I just don't see him leaving a winning situation to go to New York where you have this dysfunctional basketball organization where you just have Phil Jackson, who one of the best coaches of all time, maybe even the best coach of all time, basically ruin a franchise maybe for the next 10 years, right? They didn't get rid of Carmelo early enough. Early enough. They got nothing for him. You get nothing for a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's a problem. They cut him, right? They bought him out.
Who?
Carmelo.
Yeah, he got bought out by the
Okay,
Hawks.
that's right. Oh, you traded him to the Hawks. What do you get for the Hawks?
Well, the Thunder traded him to the Hawks. I don't even know what they got. I think they just got money in. That's it.
So, as a Nick, right? He was putting up what 20 a game, 25
He's
to
putting up like
28
25, 7 rebounds, and like one assist.
consistently every year, right? Consistently every year. So how do you, as Phil Jackson, how do you say we're in the bottom of the East, right? In a very bad East. We're in the bottom of the Atlantic, in probably one of the worst divisions in basketball.
That
How do
division's
you?
not terrible in basketball.
No.
They
I'm
have
talking
this.
years back. I'm
Okay,
talking
I was
like
about to
when
say.
Carmelo was in New
Like
York
right
and the
now,
trade
it's like one of the
rumors.
hottest
No,
divisions.
right now it's pretty good. It's really good actually. But like when Carmelo was in New York putting up those kind of numbers, how do you not say to yourself, "Get the most I can for this guy"? And then you draft Porzingis, which everyone's saying, "Oh, big bust." Oh, and obviously right
That's
now
all Knicks
it's
fans, though. They've been saying
yeah.
that for the past 3 years with
But
him, Ntilikina, and Kevin Knox.
but Porzingis isn't a bust.
Nah,
He had one injury season. That's all right, right? Whatever you want to fucking call his last name,
Ntilikina.
he is not a first round pick.
He was drafted as a point guard, but now he's going to be playing shooting guard. I think he might get traded this season. I don't know what they're going to trade for or whatever.
What
But
did
I
he
think
get?
he might
What
get
number
traded.
did he get drafted?
Oh God, I want to say it
6?
was like 5, 6, 7, somewhere around
That's
there.
terrible. Absolutely god awful.
Okay, we were on the topic of Jimmy Butler. Hold on. So, I have this page I follow on Instagram that has like Woj updates and stuff on here.
Yeah.
It says the Heat, the Cavaliers. You don't get an ESPN notification while I'm talking. The Heat, the Cavs, the Rockets, the Raptors, the Blazers, the Wizards, and the Bucks are all in hot pursuit for the Jimmy Butler sweepstakes.
All right. Well, I can say you can take out the Bucks,
They don't really have anything to give.
take out the Cavs.
I mean, give him Kevin Love back.
Why? Okay. First of all, I knew you were gonna say that. First of all, as a Minnesota Timberwolves fan, why would you want Kevin Love back?
Because that's where he played his best.
So your starting lineup would be Teague.
Teague. I don't even know who their shooting guard is.
Yeah. Shabazz Muhammad.
Is he even on that team anymore? I think they may start. I don't even know who their shooting guard would be. Tyus Jones maybe starts, or maybe they put Derrick Rose in the starting lineup with him.
Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Love, and Cat.
You got some. I mean, they're gonna have some shooting big men. Let me tell you something. That's some shooting.
But that's not. First of all, you're better off with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Only thing. If I'm a Cavs fan, I'm like, what are you getting out of this trade? You're giving up a guy who wants to be in Cleveland, who just signed a 5-year extension, who has said since before LeBron even left, he wants to stay in Cleveland. I don't even know why. Why would you want to stay there? You're getting a guy with a 1-year contract who has never voiced who wants to be in Cleveland at all. He has never voiced that opinion.
Do you think? You can say that about a lot of people, though. Kevin Durant never voiced that he wanted to be in the Warriors. And Marcus Cousins never voiced that he wanted to be in the Warriors.
But this guy is voicing where he wants to go, though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But
Kevin Durant never voiced where he wanted to go. Like, he never had preferences. This guy does. Like, if Cleveland was a preference, I'd say, "Oh, go for it. I'll give you Colin Sexton if you wanted to." Right?
I would not.
If that's a preference of where he wants to go, and you can sign him like that, a 5-year contract, you definitely give up Colin Sexton.
That means you should be the most on this list is Trailblazers.
Yeah, but who would they give up though? You have to give up Nurkic. Ooh.
Because that's not working in Portland.
Or Damian.
I think they keep Damian and then have Butler on the 2.
Oh God. Yeah, but are the Blazers any better?
I mean, Butler's better than McCollum. Butler's like a top.
Whoa, time out. You said if you trade CJ put him at the 2.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be the best for both teams, I guess, because Timberwolves wouldn't lose a drastic amount. They would lose on defense, obviously, which defense isn't really their top thing right now. Because
Yeah.
Wiggins doesn't play defense. Cat does not play defense. I mean, if you want to say Taj Gibson plays a little defense. They lose a big defensive guy, but I think the offense would still be up there. But that's probably the best win-win situation, unless you want to throw in like, if you went to the Warriors and you gave him Klay Thompson and a couple picks or something like that, that'd be probably the second best situation.
That's another thing we got to talk about the Warriors because they got some decisions to make after this season. The Rockets, I don't see a trade happening because they don't have.
There's no pieces.
Yeah, the Raptors, same thing.
Unless you want to give up Clint Capella.
No. Why would he go to the? You run Cat at the 4?
Yeah.
No. Cat's center. The Raptors, I could see them maybe trying to throw Ogunjobi and like.
You have to go like. No, you have to go OG. You have to go Serge Ibaka.
And then like a pick.
Jeez, that's.
But then it would
or
be.
Or like something like Darrell Wright or something like that.
Right. Yeah, but then their lineup would be Lowry, Butler, Leonard.
Sukam.
Pascal Siakam, and then
whatever that guy's name. Jonas. I heard some guy, or
Jonas.
I forget it wasn't ESPN, trading Jonas to Minnesota.
Why? That's dumb.
You put Cat at the 4. He can shoot.
Jonas has no trade value.
He started shooting last year.
Jonas Valanciunas has no trade value. I'm sorry. He's like Kyle Lowry. They're just going to stay there until their contract runs out. When Lowry's contract runs out, he's going to be out of.
Whoa. That's a trade right there.
No one wants to trade for Lowry.
So you're telling me Timberwolves wouldn't take Kyle Lowry?
No.
Serge Ibaka for Jimmy Butler?
No.
I think they do that in a heartbeat.
First of all, they don't have a lot of money. Why would they want to take on his huge contract? Number one.
You give up Taj Gibson or something like that.
I don't see that happening. The teams that intrigue me here are the Blazers and the Heat.
Okay, who are you going to go up in the Heat?
Probably like
that the Timberwolves would want.
Goran Dragic and Jeff Teague can be the 1 and the 2. Dragic can play some 2. He can shoot.
If you're getting Goran Dragic, you might as well just trade Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague cannot be a 2 guard.
Well, you'd have to. Well, Goran Dragic can be your 2. He can shoot.
You have to get more if I'm Minnesota than just Goran Dragic.
Or do they go talk to the Wizards and be like, "Hey, you want to swap Bradley Beal with Jimmy Butler?"
We have the Timberwolves have to get more than just Jimmy Butler because salary wise it wouldn't match up.
Okay, then they could give them.
Boy.
What?
Blue Tree Report just reported pump brakes on Kyrie from NYC. Kyrie wants his jersey to hang in the Boston rafters.
Yeah, the Boston Toronto Raptors.
Whatever. You'll see.
I mean, I guess we will see.
But
Jimmy Butler's probably getting traded before the season starts.
I don't think so.
I mean, there's like 20-something days before the season starts. We'll see. Will he hold out? Will he pull Le'Veon Bell and hold out?
No, I don't think he's like that.
I mean, people have been under the speculation that he is a locker
room. Tom Thibodeau said he's going to show up in 7 to 10 days.
Okay. The Minnesota Timberwolves, man. He needs to get fired. He's living like it's 2010.
It depends on what he gets back in return.
He's living like it's 2010.
I heard that Glenn Taylor, who's the president, the owner of the Timberwolves, talked to David Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
And that Griffin's very interested in bringing Butler to Cleveland if Cleveland can guarantee a contract for Butler.
That's why the Cavs were on that list then.
Yeah, but I don't think Jimmy wants to go there.
Well,
here's an interesting thought, right? Here's an interesting
thought. Let me hear the boss.
Jimmy goes to Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
So now you got on the books. You got Jimmy and Kevin Love. Because I think Tristan comes off the books after this year.
They
So you
need
got
to get rid of him.
yeah. Anyways, you got to get rid of him. Period. So Jimmy and Kevin Love are your two big contracts. You have room for one more.
Do they get like the Boogie?
Nope.
What other Kyrie? Bring him back.
Yeah. So it'd be Kyrie, Jimmy, and Kevin Love. Oh, what would that be a story? Oh my god.
That would not happen in the slightest. No chance in
Hey.
hell both of them go to Cleveland.
All right. What's next?
More trade talks. This is like not gonna happen. This was stories from a while ago. Rob Gronkowski threatened
Yep.
retirement upon the New England Patriots if he was gonna get on a pending deal that would have sent him to the Detroit Lions.
Yep.
That
And
I think that is a very classless act of Gronk.
why?
Because why would you retire just because you're traded? That shows that
So it's okay for Le'Veon Bell to sit out a season because he's not getting paid.
I'm not saying that's right either. I don't think you should sit now.
I don't think Gronk owes this league anything, to be honest with you. I think it's just like your Eli situation, right? In the draft, when Eli said, I'm not going to San Diego, was that okay?
No, but you know
Okay.
what? It worked out for me.
It did. But it's the same type of thing. If this player thinks that he'll be happier with leaving the league, living his life to the fullest of not being hip every day and not really being happy in Detroit. Who wants to be in fucking Detroit, first
Matt
of all?
Patricia, clearly, because he signed a be a coach there.
Dude, it could have been in Korea. He still would have signed an NFL contract, all right? I just don't think Gronk wanted to be anywhere else but with Tom Brady because he thinks Tom Brady's a GOAT like most of us do, besides some ignorant people.
When Brady retires, does
When
Gronk
Brady
retire with him?
Yes, no doubt about it.
I don't know.
There's no question. Why would he stay?
Then definitely when Brady retires, you guys are in a very difficult situation.
Are we?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
What if Brady, Gronk, and Belichick all leave?
Who said Belichick's retiring?
I'm just saying if they all leave at the same time. He looked pissed last night. He didn't even shake the hands of the people in the crowd when he walked out. I sent you that.
That's not looking pissed. That's just being a competitor.
Okay, he could show some emotion.
No. He's never showed emotion. Ever.
It's like the Kawhi Leonard of the fucking...
Mm-hmm. He is. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Well, you'll feel differently when we have Josh McDaniels as our head coach and Matt Patricia back as our defensive coordinator.
Will Matt Patricia be back?
And you got Jameis Winston, quarterback in the Patriots in 2020.
They did. The Buccaneers did say that they were going to keep Fitzpatrick in until he does something drastically bad.
Yep.
I have him starting in fantasy this week. Him and Antonio Brown today. I need them to ball out.
Nice.
Jimmy G's out for the season. Man,
yep.
That's sad.
Not really, but it's okay.
I mean, 49ers had a season that could have been a potential 6th place in the wild card to now they're not going to be close.
Sorry.
They won't be the. I'm not saying they would have. I'm saying there was potential.
There was no chance.
Now there's definitely no chance. There's still not.
No, there was no chance.
I think they might end up being the worst team in this division now. Speaking of
really worse than the Cardinals.
I mean, they're going to have Josh Rosen at the sticks now, so we'll see.
He didn't look that good.
I mean, yeah, he did throw a pick, and then
he looks like Penguin Man out there with that nose.
Why you gotta roast Josh Rosen?
Dude, he looks like a little kid in when he walked into Toys R Us for the first time. He looked shell shocked.
See, it's crazy that during the draft process, people were saying that he was the most draft ready or day one ready quarterback out of the 5.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, you probably think Sam Darnold, but
either Sam Darnold or Josh Allen. Josh Allen was pretty good.
Josh Allen.
Sam Darnold, I think, is the obvious choice right now.
I mean, I'm gonna see none of them. Well, actually, I shouldn't say none of them. Who's in NFC? Okay, so Josh Rosen's not winning rookie. Saquon's winning rookie of the year. I'm sorry. None of these guys are gonna do anything well. Saquon's gone like 100 yards scrimmage like all 3 games.
Josh Allen could win the AFC Rookie of the Year.
That's not how it works, is it? It's just
Isn't there
offense.
two?
It's just offense and defense.
There's not 2 awards?
No, that's why the Saints won both of them last year.
That's bullshit. I think there should be 2.
It's not like Madden where there's an offense and defense for both. But I just think it's crazy that I think me and you could agree. We did not think that most of these guys would be out of the rookie quarterbacks. Most of them wouldn't be starters by week 4.
I would have thought Josh Allen would be.
I thought that would have been the only one that would have been starting. I thought they were gonna roll with McCown. Bradford was gonna try to teach Josh Rosen for a year, and then Tyrod would have been decent enough for Baker not to start. But now all 4.
Well, Tyrod hasn't been terrible.
Against the Jets, he was pretty bad.
Yeah, but that's 1 game.
And Baker led them to their first one.
He did look good.
Right now there are 4 undefeated teams, maybe 3 after tonight, depending on what happens with the Bucks. But the 3 teams are the Chiefs, the Rams, and the Miami Dolphins.
I can see. Oh, jeez. Yeah, but who they play?
They played the Titans.
Okay, non-playoff team.
The Jets.
Non-playoff team.
I mean, the Titans can be a playoff team.
No.
Yeah, but
and the Raiders.
And the Raiders.
Non-playoff team. So they haven't really went up against good competition yet. So I want to see Ryan Tannehill beat the Pats next week. If they beat the Pats, I say they're the real deal. Okay.
Okay. What will you do if the Patriots start 1-3? That's not looking too good for the Patriots.
Start packing my bags and move to Vegas and become a Raiders fan.
Why would you want to become a Raiders fan? They don't have a win yet.
Yeah, but it's a new team, Vegas Raiders.
Well, yeah. But
if they do start,
if
they really do start 1-3, I wouldn't start panicking just yet.
I'd panic like a little bit.
Well, obviously, if your team starts 1-3, but I mean, they have gone on runs where they win like 11 out of 12. So if they did that, it'd be like what, a 12-4 record. I mean, at least
got some tough games still. So
we do. The next 5 are pretty tough.
You still have the Packers and the Vikings at least.
Yeah. And the Steelers.
But the Steelers haven't been looking that impressive. Let me go out there. They're one of the 3 teams without a win yet.
Just chill out, all right.
They're one of the 3 teams without a win.
They're gonna turn around.
Them, the Raiders, and the Texans are the 3 teams.
Texans, what a disappointment.
The Giants made Deshaun Watson look like not at all what he looked like last year.
Bill O'Brien needs to get fired.
Who would be their new head coach? I don't even know. Probably somebody from. I don't even know. Okay, the main thing I wanted to talk about. Patriots.
Jack Del Rio.
Trash. The Patriots struggling through the first 2 weeks.
Okay, time out for 1 minute.
Yeah, what's up?
I wouldn't say struggling.
This is the worst I think they've looked in like the past 10 years at least.
Really, they look bad first week?
They've looked bad. Like they barely beat the Texans.
Who should be a good team.
Yes. Okay, but listen. I did it compared to my team, the Giants, because I just wanted to see for gauge purposes.
Oh my fucking god.
I did it for gauge purposes. Chill out.
You're gonna fucking compare the Giants to the Pats.
Listen, the Giants have scored 55 points so far this season through 3 games. The Patriots have scored 57.
Okay.
Now points allowed. The Giants allowed 62 points. The Patriots have allowed 77. This defense is atrocious.
Okay.
I think they're averaging allowed like 27, 28 points a game. Total offense-wise, the Giants are ranked 24th and the Patriots are ranked 25th. Total defense, the Giants are ranked 5th and the Patriots are ranked... Don't yawn.
Sorry, this thing's put me asleep.
Hey, don't be upset because the Patriots have the 29th ranked defense in the league, okay?
Do I seem worried?
You should.
I
Because,
should.
listen,
Oh,
comparing
God.
Eli Manning to Tom Brady this season, Eli Manning's QBR is a 99.1. Brady's 93.9.
Yep.
Eli Manning has thrown for 800 yards on the dot so far through 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Brady, 644.
And you want to name the receivers on both sides or no?
You got Gronk. Oh, I thought Brady could work with all... Doesn't matter who Brady has to throw the ball because he makes
To a
everybody
certain
look good.
extent, okay, jackass? Certain extent. You want to give Eli Manning a special teams guy, Philip Dorsett, who is quick with no hands,
Mm-hmm.
Chris Hogan, who should be playing lacrosse,
Chris Hogan's like the
and
best
no
receiver
running
right now.
back.
Don't disrespect him. Okay,
And no
that's
running
your
back.
fault. That's your guys' fault. You guys decided to take Sony Michel, which was one of the worst draft picks of the night. Round
Give Eli Manning, right? Eli
Mm-hmm.
Manning, not Peyton Manning. Eli Manning.
Alicia Manning.
Yep, give him that, and I would love to
He'll
see
be
his
3-0.
stats. You are on crack.
If he gets the Patriots offensive line too with it, he's 3-0.
I
Okay, but anyways, back to my ramble
oh
here.
my god.
Tom Brady has thrown more picks this season than Eli Manning. Eli is known for like 2 things in this league. Okay, don't breathe heavily. I've had enough.
So have I.
I'm
Because
just
they
saying.
go over this every single year.
Well, Eli is out. I'd say personally right now, Eli's outplaying Brady, who is the
More
GOAT,
than half the quarterbacks in the league are outplaying Brady.
which is sad.
Not really.
If he's the GOAT,
It happens every year.
does it?
Yes, it does.
Does it? Can you back that up?
Yep. Last year we went 2-2. The suspension year we went what?
2-2.
2-2. The Seattle year we went
I think 3-1.
So we never had a dominant month of September. Okay. Neither has Brady. Brady's worst month is September. It's known. It's proven. His stats. His QBR is like 30 points lower in September than any other month.
I was just
You want to talk about
stuff
defense?
out there.
The defense last year averaged 25 points a game in the first month. You know what they averaged after?
This year,
Do you know what they averaged after?
I don't know.
Top 2 in the league.
Okay, but I'm
And
gonna hit you up with a follow-up question.
Did they add anybody in the like before the deadline last year? Did they sign any little something special?
What are you on about?
They didn't sign anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go get like a Marcus Peters or something like that, right? They just stuck to what they were doing. Bill Belichick is a brain, right? He's gonna figure out what's going on with that defense. He's a defensive guy. He is the coordinator. I don't even know who their freaking coordinator is.
Exactly.
Okay, so I don't even want to hear about defense right now, okay? If 6 weeks goes by and there's still, 6-8 weeks goes by and they're still giving up 27, 28 a game, then we'll talk. But I don't want to hear shit about this defense.
I'm just this defense got voice crack necessary. This defense got worse as compared to last year. It got extremely worse. You went from having Malcolm Butler running the outside corner spot from Stephon Gilmore to old ass Jason McCourty.
He was still pretty good.
He didn't look good last night. He was on.
He didn't play last night.
Yeah, he did.
No, Stephon Gilmore played Marvin
Who
Jones.
was your other corner?
It was the rookie. What's his name?
I think it was like Johnson or Jackson or something. I want to say his last name was Jackson.
Yes, it's something like that. He was playing Golden Tate, which makes no sense.
I mean, he had to either play him or Marvin Jones.
No, you put Jason McCourty out there, or you put Devin McCourty at the corner spot.
You guys were getting the first half of that game.
We did have like some of our two best defensive players out.
The first half it was hard for me to watch from the Patriots side. They were struggling to get first downs.
Yeah, they were six out first half.
No, they didn't get a first down until
I just said that 6 and out. Like 3 straight drives of 9 and out.
Yeah.
3 straight drives of 3 and out ball. That's not good. And it was not always Brady's fault. It was the play calling, to be honest. When it's 2nd and 8 and you're running the ball with Sony Michel on a drag, like that's not gonna work.
I'm gonna stand by it. That was a terrible draft pick for you guys. You guys should not have went running back first round.
I wouldn't go that far yet. He did have some explosive runs last night.
I mean, there was a rookie that was drafted later than him in that draft that looked a little bit better.
Did you see the holes he had?
The line
he was running through Grand Canyon last night. Okay.
Yeah, and that's from a bad offensive line. So
they played good though. TJ Lang, he's pretty good.
They had their rookie, I think they have their rookie moved to guard because they already had a good starting center. But
we lost 2 pretty good pass rushers. So
Trey Flowers and I don't know who the other one is.
Patrick Chung.
Patrick Chung.
Patrick Chung is pretty good. So I don't want to hear shit.
No.
But hey, you want to talk about shit? How's Nate Solder doing for you?
He's doing good. He didn't allow a sack yesterday, I don't think.
Wow, holy shit, that's a first.
Even with playing,
his biceps not bothering him?
No, I think he was playing.
That about a week.
He was playing Jadeveon Clowney, I think.
Well, he's had a terrible year.
Yeah, J.J. Watt had a good game, but he was also playing against an undrafted, second-year guy. But that still did better than Eric Flowers, mind you. Because we won because we benched Eric Flowers. That's my standing.
Okay.
If Eric Flowers was starting that game, J.J. Watt would have had 7 sacks that game. J.J. Watt ended up with 3, but Chad Wheeler was able to hold off for a little bit. And then for baseball, because, let's get that in there for a little bit. The Red Sox and our Yankees are 2 teams. We clinched playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I was first because I saw news that Didi may have been out for the playoffs. But reports coming in just before the podcast started saying that he is looking towards playing before the postseason starts, even if there's something going on with his wrist.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna play.
Which is very good for us. I would not have felt fine if we had Neil Walker playing second base consistently.
Yeah.
Think that about wraps it right there. Last note, shout out to the Bills for beating the Vikings.
Oh my god.
It was a 27-0 run for the Bills.
Without Shady McCoy too.
They don't need him. They got Josh Allen who's running and hurdling over everybody.
He looked good.
That hurdle was cool.
Yeah. And then he got rocked.
It's fine. He got a dub, so it don't matter. And then Tre'Davious White mocked Kirk Cousins after the game.
Oh, isn't the guy that Gronk knocked out?
Yeah, this guy.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. He was gonna win Rookie of the Year, but then injured him. It's okay.
Yeah. Gronk fell on him.
Oh yeah, he fell on him already.
Yeah, he fell.
He dropped a people's elbow on him.
He just tripped over his own feet, and his elbow just landed.
Yeah, because Gronk is so dumb that he did that. Gronk is probably the dumbest athlete in sports. No offense, but it's Gronk.
He's one of them. He's like the Dennis Rodman of the NFL.
I don't like how you're bringing the Bulls into this. Don't disrespect my Bulls.
All right. Don't even go in that discussion.
They don't play defense this year, but they got one person to play. Two people to play defense this year out of 13 spots.
Nice.
Yeah, Chris Dunn and Wendell. Okay, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. We'll be back for more fucking predictions that I get wrong because I suck at predicting. We'll see you fucking next time.